Hi everyone, it's Susan of Inner Creative Voice. Welcome to Sunday Check-In. Today I'd like to talk to you about decluttering. Taking time to really assess your home and the things that are in it, the things that you need to have in it, and the things that you don't need to have in it. So I just want to jump right in with decluttering. Sometimes I get really overwhelmed with the idea of decluttering. Maybe this happens to you. I'll go out to the garage or look into closets and just start to see how overwhelming it really is, and then I just stop and I don't want to do anything. Well, it's really important to take some time to declutter small places where you can feel a sense of satisfaction and success when you get those things cleaned and organized and have a bit of a celebration. So here are some things that I do to make it a little easier and to take that overwhelm off, because it really is important to be in a space where we are comfortable with a lot less clutter so that we're able to allow those things in that we want to have in, and it does connect in with our creative journey. So here's something that I do. First, what I'll do, I'll show you. On the cards, I love using note cards. So on the note cards, I start to write down the different rooms in my house, the different places in my house, and the different things that need to be done within those places. So on each card, I have one or two things that I want to make sure that I get decluttered at some point. The thing with overwhelm is you start to see all of those places and think of all those things, and it does get overwhelming. And so what I'll do is I'll write it on the cards, put the cards away, leave it. Go for a walk, take a few days off, don't look at it again for a little bit of time. Take some time away from it, because you want to let the overwhelm go so that you can come back to center and take a look at just the one thing that you want to declutter, the one space, something small. What I did a few months back was just cleared off the counter under my sink that looks out, or over my sink in the kitchen. I just cleared that counter off. It had all kinds of little doodads and things on it, and I took everything off, put them in different places, and I cleaned it completely, and it took me about 20 minutes, but it was clean. And now every time I see that space, it's calming. Very simple, something to do, even if the rest of the house is just a trash mess. That one place is calm and decluttered, and then I can celebrate. So that was one of my stories. What I'm doing right now is I took a look at all my cards, and there's something that I really wanted to take a look at. In my kitchen, there were some things I wanted to clean out, and there's actually an art supply cupboard where the kids' art supplies are and were from when they were little. So there's a lot of stuff in there that's just really old. So I just made one card, and then I'm going to put all the other cards away. I circled the one thing. This is a lot. I put that away. Take away the overwhelm. And then just on this card, clean out the art cupboards. That is my task. So if my task is to clean out the art cupboards, I have to think, well, about how long will that take? There's 4 different shelves within 4 cupboard doors. I know I'm going to have to pull everything out and take a look. I'm going to give myself 2 hours, a block of 2 hours, because what I really want to make sure that I do, and I really want to talk to you about, is you want to do something that you can start and finish in a certain amount of time so that you see the success. You finish it, you have completion. You can close those cupboard doors and know that that space is cleared. And so when you open them up, you know it's going to be cleared. You can close them back up and be comfortable and calm with the idea that you actually finished something from start to finish. So I'm going to set aside, I'm going to look at my calendar. I'm going to pick a day where I know I've got 2 hours uninterrupted time. If you're doing a bigger project, that's something to talk about later. We're talking about small decluttering projects right now. 2 hours, anything 2 hours or less is what I would start to take a look at, even like the 15 minutes, 20 minutes to clean off one little area. So with my cupboards, about 2 hours, I'm going to set aside that time, set aside those 2 hours, get the garbage bags out, decide what I'm going to keep, what I'm going to dump. Also give yourself time for those emotional pieces, because that is going to come up. There were letters. I actually have done this, cleaned out these cupboards. I have actually done it. There will be emotional pieces attached to it. There will be things that you don't want to get rid of. There will be things that you want to share with the kids, your family, others. I don't know if that necessarily happens to you, but it happens to me. I'm emotionally attached to the stuff in my house, even if it's little pieces of paper. So preparing for that, give yourself a little time for that, and decide. I then had a couple of piles, my pile for definitely throwing out, my pile for Goodwill, and also had a pile for the kids to show them some of the old stuff that they used to do, and then let them decide what they want to do with it. But all that stuff got pulled out. The shelves got decluttered and put back in. I actually took some pictures, so I had a little celebration. I took some pictures. I'm going to put an article together for my next newsletter to talk about that. So it was very freeing, a very wonderful experience, because now I know those cupboards are clean and they're ready for the next steps, the next stages. The art supplies that can be reused are put back in. We'll be using those again. The things that no longer serve are gone. Take those all out, let them move on to someone else, or go. Just be gone. You decide how you want to celebrate. So put together your list of decluttering, things you want to declutter. Take a walk, get away from it for a while. Come back to the list, circle one thing that you want to get done. Schedule that thing on a calendar so that you have the perfect amount of time to have success and actually declutter and clean out that area. Do the job, clean it out, and then celebrate and see how you feel. I would love it if you took a moment to write me. Let me know how that goes for you, and I will talk to you next Sunday. Bye-bye.